Hi everyone. Coming from a divorced family sometimes can be complicated, especially when there's young kids involved. In today's Reddit story, it involves two sisters and a mom. The OP, one of the sisters, wants to know if she's really at fault for ruining her sister's honeymoon. So let's get into it. It's from the subreddit Best of Redditor's Update, and it's titled, Am I the a-hole for ruining my sister's honeymoon? Mom and Dad got divorced when my sister Sam and I were 13 and 10. That was 12 years ago. My father was a cheater and still is, on to his fourth marriage. Mom met her boyfriend George a year after the divorce, but she kept it a secret and didn't introduce him to us until 2 years later, until she was sure he was the one. That was the time I had seen my mother the happiest in a relationship. She's always been a happy and bubbly person. Sam hated George with all her might because she loves my father very much and he was very heartbroken that Mom has moved on. He even attempted his own life. My sister never forgave my mom for it and threatened to cut contact if my mom didn't dump her boyfriend. My mom did. Afterwards, my mom was very depressed and down, but my sister and dad were happy. Then, my sister left for college a few months later. I know for a fact that my mom started seeing her boyfriend again a year ago. She's been happy again. My sister got married last weekend, and yesterday we had a lunch before she and her husband were to leave for their honeymoon. When I arrived, she was a bit down. Apparently, she asked Mom to join us, but Mom declined. So she opened up saying that since Mom dumped her boyfriend, she has been very distant and cold with my sister. Never rude or mean or angry, just cold. If she asked for anything or needed something, Mom would be there for her, like when my sister had severe COVID. Other than that, she never contacted my sister on her own volition. My sister was telling me that maybe Mom never will be happy again because of her ending her relationship. I told her not to worry about it because they are still seeing each other behind our backs and that Mom seems very happy. My sister was shocked and she started yelling in the middle of the restaurant and started to call Mom to ask her. Then she called me an a-hole for never telling her before now. I had never thought it was a secret that I was hiding, just a private matter, and I thought my sister knew too because of how couldn't she realize that my mom has been happy again and had been going away for weekend getaways. My sister is now demanding that my mom would break up with her boyfriend or she would go no contact, and I feel like the a-hole for everything, including miscalculating that my sister still has the same stand. Wow. Wow. I feel like the sister is quite entitled here and acting like a spoiled brat, but let's see what some of the commenters have to say. Overall, the commenters says the OP was not the a-hole. Top commenter. Your sister is overreacting. Not everything is about her. P.S. You didn't ruin her honeymoon. OP response. I feel like it is my mistake to start this again. My mom told my sister that she is an adult now and free to go no contact. Now my sister thinks my mom and I are a-holes. Commenter. You cannot govern your life worrying about your sister of how she reacts. You spoke the facts. You had no intention of malice. Sis ought to be able to handle this information without making a scene. Very true. Info. What did her partner think? OP says, I don't know. I haven't spoken to any of them since and wasn't at the lunch. Another commenter says, your sister's an absolute jerk, pal. You are not the a-hole for ruining her honeymoon, but you should probably keep your mouth shut. Not for your sister's sake, but it wasn't your secret to tell. I don't know how you could think she knew when you had to tell her. Asaf, you're the a-hole for that. OP responds saying, it was more like, I just said it, it was like it was the known fact. Like, don't worry, it didn't stop them from seeing each other. I don't know, OP. I don't know about that. Again, the commenter has a point. You know, it wasn't really your secret to tell. It's actually your mom's. So another comment says, yeah, I understand, but you just might have been you should have been more discreet, seeing that seems to be the way your mom wants to play it. What you could have done is let your mom know that it's cool with you, though. Might be nice for her to know. Good luck. OP says, yeah, I called her and apologized, but she didn't seem to be mad at all or treat it as a secret. She just said, I am sorry I didn't tell frankly. I will talk more when I see her. Okay. Another comment says, sis is the a-hole. Mom is a saint. Let sister go no contact. She has a husband and a life of her own. Who is she to dictate? In fact, have mom deal with sister. They can both leave their meds. I'm obviously being sarcastic. OP says, yeah, that would put things in perspective. Why didn't I think of that? To ask her what she would do if I told her to leave her husband. Yeah, sometimes you just need another perspective, I guess. There's another comment says, your sister needs to grow up. She's doing your father's dirty work by keeping her single. I think your mom would be justified in skipping your sister's wedding. Why should your mother be alone? Now that your sister is a married woman, she needs to get over herself. OP's response is, oh, my mom did attend the wedding, but my sister felt that she wasn't really acting like a mother whose daughter is getting married. Wow. All I gotta say is I feel like this sister is way too entitled. Like, how are you to dictate how your mom should run her life? I mean, like, when it initially happened, when she met her boyfriend, when she's already divorced, didn't bring him around until 2 years later, you know, to like finally introduce the boyfriend to the two girls. And the sister had the nerves to be like, break up with him. I don't want that. That's such like a bratty behavior. It's like, don't you care about your mom's happiness? And, you know, the mom actually did it. I can't believe it. Personally, if I was a mom, I'd been like, no, I don't think so. Especially since she was about to go off to college in a few months. That is just like, that's entitlement. That's just being spoiled, being bratty, self-centered. I mean, I can just go on. That's just unbelievable behavior. And to continue that behavior 12 years later, wow. She's like, now the older sister is a married woman. She's an adult. She has her own life. And yet, she's still saying, no, mom can't be happy. Why? Why can't she be happy? You have your own life. Your mom has already fulfilled her commitment by raising you guys and treating you. You guys are adults. Come on. It's her time to have her own life back and for her own happiness. Why can't you be happy? You know? It just makes me so upset. So the OP does provide an update. So let's get to that. So this is one more thought from the OP. That's the problem. She isn't expecting her to be single forever and was even talking about her maybe needing to meet someone, so she isn't opposed to the notion. Okay, so at least the sister isn't against, you know, mom finding her happiness, but then what's the deal? See, that's why I felt more relaxed about telling her about George, because I honestly thought that she knew or at least wouldn't care. Well, yeah, I would too after 12 years. Update from the OP 10 days later. So my mom and George are getting married and none of us is invited. Okay. Just some of their closest friends and George's children and their parents. They are getting married in September and moving to another city. She sent my sister a letter telling her that this time she was the one who was asking for no contact. That she has done her job now and raised two well-adjusted and happy daughters, and she believes her duties are being fulfilled. Exactly. Now we are all adults. My mom wants space and peace now, and she will not be dragged into more drama. That she wishes my sister to stop being like her father, believing all people are her property and puppets. I agree. And after that, she can take the same amount of time to reflect, then they could maybe reconsider your relationship. So if it takes you 5 years to be a decent human, then take another 5 years to make sure and reflect. Then maybe we can consider reconnecting. Until then, I wish you the best life, but I don't want to be a part of it. She didn't write any letter to me and told me that we could always keep in touch. We talk like 5 or 7 times a week. And I am welcome to visit and stay with her and her husband anytime I want it. Well, that's nice. Not sure how to feel. My sister is the one who hurt her, and yet she only decided to move on when she made sure my sister was happily married. But what about me? Yeah. So, this is my question that this convert asks. Is OP invited to the wedding? OP says, no, I'm not invited. And then it says, what is sis doing now? My sis is now demanding that my mother leave her estate to us because it was my dad's money anyways, and trying to contact lawyers about that. What the? Oh my goodness. Commenter, if you talk to mom 5 to 7 times a week, can you not ask her why she simply excluded you? Did you copy any of your sister's behavior? You also need to apologize for using her personal life as gossip for the family or as a tool to get your sister agitated. OP says, no, I did not, but I kept away from both sister and father and didn't have an opinion. And then regarding OP's relationship, I am already low contact with both my father and sister. Almost no contact with my father since he cheated. So then, let's see. So the OP added her own comments again. We have talked, and she honestly was scared to invite me and not my sister because she didn't want to hurt my sister and make her feel like she favored me. So I got very upset and told her I have always paid for my sister's mistakes. She is a problem, but I am treated equally to her, not to offend her, but I have always loved and supported her. I knew she was seeing her future husband and was happy for her. She started crying and she apologized, so now I am invited to her wedding. Okay. It says, I am invited. I was neutral until I was 10. I have not spoken to my dad since I turned 16. That is not neutral. You all should be ashamed of yourself for accusing me of all kinds just because my dad and sister are trash to my mother. We have talked and I'm going to attend my mom's wedding. So, yeah. I'm glad that the OP actually got a chance to talk to her mom and she actually got invited to the wedding. Because at first I was like, that's kind of suspicious. Like, why wouldn't OP get invited to the mom's wedding? Especially since they talk 5 to 7 times in a week. But I'm glad that they kind of worked it out. And I hope that OP and the mom find happiness and continues to have either no contact or low contact with both dad and sister, because those two sound like very toxic people that should not be in their lives. Anyways, I would love to hear what you guys think about the story and what would you have done in this situation. Leave it in a comment and remember to continue to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.